Welcome back to 412 Cruisin. We're going to cruise our bikes around the 412 area code, which is the greater Pittsburgh area. Today I'm taking a nice cruise on my Boulevard S40. Just got everything put back together for the carbs, so trying to give it a little run to see where we're at. I got to stop and get some gas. But that's right up here. Get some gas and then we'll go for a small ride. I was thinking of probably taking out my wife's GSX-8S as well, but I wanted to give this ride a ride first. So, all right. Alright, so the magic of editing, I will be right back after I get all this gas. And back. So, that was a good time, getting gas. So yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing well in the summer, getting some rides in. I haven't been able to get as many rides as I would have wanted to, but it's just due to changing jobs. This week was I started a new job this past Monday. Got my first full week underneath there, so definitely wanted to go for a ride today. That and it's Pittsburgh, so it rains every other day, pretty much. So, and it's been like 90 degrees, so riding in 90 degrees isn't super fun, and the stress of a new job and trying to study and excel with that, I really haven't had a chance much to ride, but wanted to get out today. Finally was able to get this the S40's carb and everything pieced back together, and the gas tank and all that back on and put that together. So I wanted to go take it through its paces and you know, make sure everything's running good. Which so far so good. It's how it feels like. Feels like she's running like she used to. Yeah. I will say that my wife has picked up another bike. Probably since the last video. She went and got a 2017 Honda Rebel 500. It was just a deal that was probably too good to pass up for the price point. And she's always wanted to get a Rebel, so she was either looking at Rebels or a Honda Scrambler, which the price points on those, they don't the used market for Scramblers isn't as big as say Rebels or she was also looking at Scramblers from like Triumph and Royal Enfield as well. She just wanted like a standard naked bike or like a standard cruiser type bike. So she was looking at all those. Ended up finding a Rebel for a really good price that she didn't want to pass up. So I'm sure that bike will get featured on the channel. So we've been slowly working to put everything on that bike for her. Crash guards, sissy bars, rear seat, rear pegs, you know. So that's slowly coming together. It's a real nice Rebel for the price. You definitely can't argue. It's only got like 6K miles on it, and she picked it up for like $3 grand, close to $3 grand, something like that. So it was a really good deal, and it was in really good shape. There was a few things wrong with it, but those were all pretty minor things, like the throttle was pretty loose, easy enough to tighten it up. And for some reason, the guy took the turn signals out of the front of the bike. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, I figured, I was like, oh, they must be burnt out or whatever since they're not working. And anyway. So, you know, we'll just replace them or whatever. And I went to go replace them, there's nothing in there. I was like, man. I was like, what a weird thing to do, you know? But they must be having a carnival or something up here. They do that every summer. I guess it's time. Yeah, so it's a nice day out. Definitely gonna try to enjoy it. I think after I take this for a test ride, put it through its paces, might stop at the house and grab my wife's GSX-8. That hasn't been ridden in a little bit, and I enjoy riding that bike, so I want to put it through its paces. And I would ride the SV650, but I gotta clean the carbs out for that. It's starting to be like a sticky throttle type of thing, so I'm gonna try to clean that stuff out before I take that out anymore. Just because that does have the mileage on it, so you know, anything I can do to prolong the life of that one. That's got 25k miles on it, which in retrospect for an SV650 isn't all that much, but all the other bikes we have are like 6k or less. This one has like 2900. The Rebel my wife just bought has 6k. The MT-03 she had like 2.5 or something like that. And the Suzuki has like 150. I don't know, something ridiculously low, so. But yeah, my new job is going pretty good. Make more money. So far, even through training and everything and trying to learn everything about the company and all the stuff that we're doing, it even seems way less stressful than the last job I was at, which in turn was even less stressful than the paratransit place that I worked at. So I'm definitely moving up, making more money, less stress. The company culture seems pretty good. It's definitely more corporate type, I guess. You know, where you have like one-on-ones with your supervisors and stuff planned, and they actually stick to their calendar and stuff and have the one-on-ones and actually care about, you know, checking in with you and seeing how you're doing and telling you your progress and where you can improve and whatnot. So I definitely think that's good. So speed limit here is 25. But yeah, looks so far looks like this bike's running pretty good, which makes me happy. The Rebel my wife bought, that has a Vance and Hines exhaust on it, so it's nice and loud, which my wife doesn't like. She wants the regular exhaust to get put back on there, but I myself can't justify paying $100 for a stock exhaust. And generally, if you buy any other kind of exhaust, it's going to be either to make it louder, which she doesn't want. So I think she's getting used to it, though. I mean, to be honest with you, I like louder exhausts. It's not like annoying loud. When I bought this bike, it had a side pipe on it, but it was a very cheap, like It's like you could get it on AliExpress for like 35 bucks. So it was basically just like straight piped. There was no baffles or anything inside of it, which was really, really loud, and it caused backfiring and everything else. Even though the guy changed the carburetor jet to be bigger on this to be able to handle the exhaust and the more air and everything, but it was extremely loud, caused horrible backfiring. The bike would choke out. So I decided to put the stock exhaust back on, which is a lot quieter. Which I don't really care either way. I prefer if it be a little bit louder, because men like loud, grumbly engines. I think that's just a trait of most guys, but I also think that people will notice you and or can hear you better. So but yeah, so if I ever find a cheaper one, like a Dyna exhaust, I know a lot of people use those for the S40s, which gives it a pretty decent rebel sound, but it also baffles it out pretty good. So if I can ever find a cheap Dyna exhaust, which probably is never going to happen, let's be honest, because that's a Harley part. You pay for Harley. So, but anyway, I've been thinking about putting this bike up for sale. I'm probably going to list it. I don't know how many takers I'll get, just because it's an S40, so it's a thumper. It's not the most powerful bike in the world. Generally, this is a beginner bike. Most dudes don't ride this. I like this because, and I also bought this turn signal on. I think that's why they were beeping at me. Anyways, I like this because when I bought it, my wife had a naked bike, and I also intended for her to learn how to ride a cruiser on this as well, which she never took to. She just doesn't like the forward foot controls. And I mean, hey, everyone's different. But yeah. So yeah, I'm putting it up. And if it's hits, it's hits. There's a lot of Savages and S40s on the market. I don't think none of that are going to be as nice as this one. This one has a lot of features on it. It has 2 saddlebags, has this big windshield on it. The carburetor jetting has been made bigger, so it has better airflow. Engine runs better. But I also don't think this bike's gonna catch a handsome reward either. I'll probably get it for whatever I bought it for, which I think was like $2,200 or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of mileage, and it's in immaculate shape. So, but I'm willing to sit on it. If no one buys it, I'll just have a cruiser I can cruise around on. Having a saddlebag and just going on comfy cruises is not a bad thing. That's for sure. I mean, I would love to get myself a Rebel if I could. Because riding my wife's, I enjoyed it. There's been a couple that I've seen recently that caught my eye, but I don't have money to spend like that all right now. Maybe it's a new job. If I get hired on full time or whatever next year. Also, I've seen the GSX-8 TT. If I buy a new bike, it probably would be in that vein. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe a Rebel 1100 for the same price. Definitely not the ECC model or whatever, but I like the fact that the Rebel 1100 comes with a lot of creature comforts, like the cruise control and whatnot. So, and it's bigger, and Lord knows, having a bigger bike is never a bad thing. Not that I think the under 500 is super underpowered. I think it's fine for especially the type of riding that me and my wife do. We don't like go on long cruises on highways or anything. She has not braved the highway yet, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd want to do the interstate either. But least with how people drive on the interstates around here. With my new job, it's a lot closer, and you don't really have to take the interstate to go on it, and I don't start until later on in the day, so I definitely probably will be riding to work more often. That's for dang sure, which should be good. Any buffalo out today? I like engine braking with this. The gears are so short that, like, when you pop into first and second, it really slows the bike down. Like a really good bit, so definitely have no qualms on that. Gotta be careful on this road up here when I make the right down here. The one side of it's like dipped down really bad, so you gotta stay more towards the middle. That, and there's always horrible gravel down here at the pull out. I always forget how, like, the nature of shifting on this is based all the other bikes we have. I guess the Rebel's probably closer to this in how it shifts and the shifting points, but the SV650 and the GSX8 shift a lot differently. Maybe it's just where the forward position of it makes it feel differently, but this being the thumper that it is, you know, super grumbly and has lots of torque. Shift points. There was that messed up road. Why are you in the middle of my lane there, Chief? That definitely didn't make me feel good. Yeah, look at that super huge dip in the right side there, which I would think even would be difficult on a car. Every time I drive down this road in my car, I'm always like, am I gonna scrape? Nice of that guy. Boop. I'll go for a little bit longer ride instead of making it right up here. Just keep going straight for a little bit. This is a good road to ride on. You know, get the gas flowing through the carb. I just cleaned that. Which wasn't all that dirty, but finally got everything pieced back together. I had a rubber grommet holds the tank into place. Fell off the bike, so I had to order new ones, which I actually didn't have to. Last night, when I was putting the rubber grommet back on to hold the tank in place securely and everything, so I moved it forward, and I looked down, and on the tailpipe section, I was like, oh, did that fall out? Because it was sitting on the tailpipe down by where the rear brake is, and the rubber grommet that I was missing was on the right hand side. That was the one I was replacing. So I pick it up and go back in there, and lo and behold, the new grommet that I put in there is in there, and that was the one that fell out, and I had to go buy a new one for it because I couldn't find it. It was just fell in the fucking pipe. I was like, of course. And of course, whenever you get the new stuff and get it installed, that's when you'll find it. Slow down there. Ooh, ooh. I thought for sure we were going to see some deer get smacked right there. That was a bigger bump than I thought. Oh, this bump nice and slow. so much construction on this road, there's always a good gravel sitting here. I feel like the Chargers nowadays are like driving a Chrysler 300M back in the early 2000s, before the Chargers were a thing. Feels like a lot of people have them now. Like that's like the upper end sort of sporty, fancy car to have. At least from that tree of automobiles. You know, the 300M used to be that. Before the Charger came out. It's a sportier version of the 300M, I guess. Yeah, I remember the access place, the transportation place I worked at had a cab side. They had a couple of 300M cabs with the Hemis in it. So I remember every time I had to go take a car out to go do audits on people, I'd always take that one. Because why not? Take a Crown Vic or that, I'm taking that one. You know? I think we'll turn around up here and head home. Yeah, I'll just turn around, get a quick drink in. There's a little stand over here, huh? Peaches. I love little farmer market type things. Yeah, there's a supermarket coming up here. I'm just gonna pull in there real quick, get something to drink, take the helmet off. It's not precision in my head right or something. It's squeezing like the top part of it, which it never does. So I think I got it on not on the correct way anyway. So get that situated, give my head a rest there. This place right here sells custom bikes. I don't know whether it's like you buy the bike and take it to them and then they customize it, or if they just customize it and you just get whatever they get. I don't know if it's like a custom bike like Orange County Choppers was, where they were just getting all the parts and building bikes. separately, you know, who knows? Oh boy. Carnival up here or something. Finleyville. You know, I would never trust rides like that. My kids are always like, let's go and stuff like that. Let's go. You give me tickets and I can go on rides. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to even trust those rides. I've seen too many bad things. I know too much to where I know I can't trust that. You know? I always hate that intersection. So I never know whether people are gonna abide by the rules of the road. Try pulling out, you never know. Because you're basically making a left to stay straight. So yeah, I'm gonna pull into this parking lot here. Try to find a shady spot real quick. If there is one. I don't even know if there is, but if there is, I'll try to find it. Grab a drink and have a break, and then we'll get back on the road, and then I'll get my ass home. It does not look like there's any spots here. So we gotta park right here. All right, we are back and ready to go. My bad. Oh, it feels good to get some air on me. Notice it said Kegel Funeral Home. It's a weird word to associate with funerals. Kegel. What? Yeah, that's not. Getting a drink and taking the helmet off for a minute definitely helped raise my spirits, that's for sure. One of our kids are going to try to rope us into this for tonight. So yeah, later on today, my wife's friend has a party that she throws at our house for a couple days, where it's basically a whole bunch of friends come together. You play games and you have fun, you do yard stuff, and just hang out outside in the yard and everything, and have a good time. So generally, we go, you know, and today we're going to go, probably around like 3-ish. So, anyways, back to the point of me explaining all that. We'll have to drive down this road to get to her house. So, I know my kids are going to see that later on tonight coming home, and probably really want to stop. Now the question I have is, I told my wife that she should ride her bike over to her friend's house, because this friend that we're going to her house, she went and took the MSF course with me and my wife when we went to go take it. So she got her license as well. She got a Kawasaki Vulcan? Yeah, Kawasaki Vulcan. Off of her friend. Her friend was leaving state or something like that and had it. Just gave it to her. It's not a bad looking bike. The girl that gave it to her, she dumped it. So she stopped riding, obviously, and then when she moved, she just wanted to get rid of it. But so the tank has a dent in it because she dumped it. But I mean, other than that, the bike's running. She hasn't rode it, and I think it's because it's a bigger bike, and she's a girl, or like a female, so it's intimidating. Like whenever you go to the MSF course, she took her course and MSF course on a on a cruiser style bike, because that's what she had, that's what she owned, you know. The person doing the MSF course was like, well, what kind of bike are you planning on having? And then had people ride that type of bike to get used to riding that style. So if you owned a cruiser or was going to get a cruiser, she put you on the cruisers, you know. So because I had this, since we own this already, she put me on a GZ 250 Suzuki, and so was my wife's friend as well. So she knows how to ride a cruiser. It's just that, you know, Vulcan's a lot bigger, and I totally get that. I mean, to be honest with you, she should probably ride this bike. You know, this bike it's not much bigger than that GZ 250. It has a little bit more power. To be honest with you, I think it is a much better ride than those, but very similar. Honestly, these Savages and S40s, they could be really good for MSF bikes for bigger guys. You know, if you want to get them on a cruiser, but it's still lightweight and easy to handle, or, you know, throw around for bigger guys. But yeah, I think something like this would be right up her alley. You know? So we'll see. Maybe she'll want to ride this. Switch or something, or trade. You know, we'll take the Vulcan and fix the dent in the tank, or get another one. Although I'm pretty sure those tanks are not going to be cheap, because they got the speedometer like that's integrated into it, like this is. And I mean, I guess the tank would be cheap. You can just take the speedometer out and switch it over. But to get like a full replacement, it'd be probably a good bet, even though it's an older bike. Can't drive. I'm gonna definitely stay back a little bit further here. But yeah, anyways, back to the point. I'm gonna see if I told my wife, I think last year's party I drove my SV650 to the party, so I told my wife, I said, hey, why don't you ride your new bike over there? You know, you could show your friend your new bike, and she could sit on it, you know, maybe see if a Rebel 500 is her speed, maybe, you know. I mean, because who knows, maybe it is, you know. I mean, they're not overly huge bikes, and generally they're pretty easy to ride. They're not super heavy. I mean, they're like a really popular beginner bike for a reason, just like this is. The S40 is a really great beginner bike. It's simple to work on. You can't. That's what I love about this bike. It's simple to work on. Any moron, even if you don't have any kind of mechanical experience, I mean, you can't get much simpler. It has one carb, it has one head. Most of the stuff is pretty straightforward to take it apart. So I mean, you know, when I was like, oh, I'm gonna take the carbs apart on my SD650 and clean them up and all that. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to start with the S40. It's got one carb. It's much easier to get to and figure out, you know, the whole carb cleaning business and learning how to do that, which was good. I mean, it's a good learning experience. I probably could have started with the second one, but there's a lot more moving parts with that. You got to sync them and everything else. This, you can just take it out and clean it, and you're good to go. But yeah, the Rebel 500 is a great starter bike, I definitely think. I rode it home. It definitely has a low seat height. I know my feet are pretty scrunched up. It's probably not as bad now. We got a new seat for it. It had the original stock seat. And if anybody has ever ridden a Rebel 500 or a Rebel 300 or any kind of Rebel with a stock seat on it, knows those seats do not have much padding, cushion, and are very not comfortable to ride for an extended period of time, unless you're extremely light, which I am not. So it was definitely a challenge driving that bad boy home for the 2-hour ride that we had, but you know, we got it done. Got a new seat for it. which has like a really good amount of padding on it, so definitely be more comfortable for me to ride now, since I'll be sitting up a little bit higher. Yeah, so we might be doing that. So maybe we'll have a night ride later on tonight, maybe. Ride that home, because probably not going to leave until it's dark out, and